Hello and welcome to Cavaliers Corner. I'm Logan Smith with the head coach of the football team, Dan Pfeiffer. And Dan, we're in here for the first week of the GMAC conference opener coming up this week. What are some of the things last week that excited you in preparation for this upcoming week?
I mean, it's kind of been the same every week.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we did some good things and we did some really bad things. But, we had some young guys step up. Some freshmen got in on some special teams and then got some playing time late and did some really good things, played fast and showed some signs that, okay, we can count on these guys, I think, going into conference play here this week. So, we just, we'll do things right for 3 or 4 plays, and then we'll have a mental breakdown. And that was the thing we try to emphasize is, here, look what happens when you do everything right. We get minus yardage plays defensively, and offensively we're getting some pretty good plays. And then when we don't, we get minus plays, big chunk plays defensively, or we get sacks and lost yardage plays. So we just got to get more consistent, is the biggest thing, and staying locked in, with our assignments. And then, I think we could have a chance to win some games, but we're not there yet. Hopefully this is the week. I keep telling them one of these weeks it's going to click, and we're going to be okay, and you just don't know when it is. So, we're going into this week and hoping maybe this could be the week that they kind of figure things out and get it going. So, but we're excited to start conference play.
And on top of that, it's also a home game. So how important is it to finally return home after the 3 weeks on the road, and especially 2 long trips down to Florida and Connecticut?
Yeah, it was good for our guys. To travel that many weeks in a row and get used to how we travel. And that was a new experience for them too. They've never really went on the road with how we do things as a staff.
Yeah.
I think it was a little bit different than what they've done in the past. And so now we got that under control and they figured that out. But it's good to be back home and not have to take the long bus rides and that stuff anymore. And, we're into conference play, and I told them this is kind of a new season. What has happened in the previous 4 weeks means nothing now. We're 0-4, but that doesn't change, our goal, which is to always win a conference title, and that's still ahead of us now, that we're in conference play. And so, we got to learn from what we've done the last 4 weeks, especially the negative things, and get those corrected. And, we'll see what happens on Saturday. And we just keep building on it every week. But it's exciting to get into conference play.
And on top of those road trips that you're talking about, you were 0-4, but those teams are pretty good too. Wayne State, definitely a contender in the GLIAC, or at least has been in past seasons. And then we play a couple Division I teams. Those are no reason slouches. How does that help you prepare for – Finley's no slouch either.
Right.
But how does that prepare you going into conference play?
And that was kind of the plan when we had to find a couple open dates and get fixed. Was okay, well, let's play some better teams. And so when we get into conference play, hopefully we're ready for that kind of talent level. We're not playing some teams where we might be able to get a win or here or there, but we still don't know exactly what we are. And so we've played teams that talent wise have been really good. And so we're playing, a Finley team that's going to be right up there again when talent. So we shouldn't be shocked about the talent level that we're playing.
Yeah.
We've been seeing it for 4 weeks now. So that, I think, it could help us a little bit coming into our first conference game, is that we're not going to be shell-shocked of the kind of play that Finley can bring to the table. We've seen it. We've been seeing it. And so we know what we got to do. We just got to get it fixed.
And what are some of those things that Finley's shown you on film? They're going to what do they bring different than the past teams that we've seen this year?
They're very similar to what we've seen offensively. In the first 3 weeks, outside Jacksonville, which is an option team. The thing I think that impresses me the most with Finley is that they're fundamentally sound. They're guy defensively. They're going to have guys in their gaps. They're going to do what they're supposed to do, and then they got 11 guys running to the ball. You throw a bubble screen or something like that. You watch the film and there's 11 guys that are flying to the ball,
like a swarm of bees, so to speak.
Exactly. And so they're not going to do anything super flashy or sophisticated defensive. They're just going to play base football, and their guys are going to run to it. They don't have a lot of missed tackles, and if they do get a missed tackle, the guy doesn't get much yards because 10 other guys are coming, and flying to the football. So that's the one thing that stuck out to me on film, was just how fast they played and how fundamentally sound they were in offensively. It's almost identical to their defense. They're very fundamentally sound. Their O-line is sharp, and go to where they're supposed to go, and they do a good job, handling stunts and that, and the back's patient, and older guys play a lot of football, and, he puts the ball where it's supposed to go, and then their quarterback, is one of the better ones in the league, if not, the best possibly. He's going to put the ball on target, and you're not going to, get to him and frazzle him a lot, back there. He's going to make some plays if you give him time. So, we got our work cut out for us. There's no doubt. We got to get better, in those areas too, and kind of get to where they're at, which is we're a good basic fundamental football team that flies around and does things correct. That's kind of where we're trying to get to. And I think we get there every day. We get better and better. It doesn't always show on Saturdays sometimes, because of the score or whatever dictates some things, and then it kind of gets you out of your game plan of what you want to do. But there's signs, that we're going, and we're getting some good signs from the young guys, that are getting more playing time. So the future's bright.
Yeah.
Here, being impatient, saying you want it now and get going, and you kind of got to talk yourself into being patient and say, okay, one of these weeks we're going to get it. We're going to figure some things out and start getting into some games. And I told him the other day, I thought that was very easy if we play well, for 4 quarters in a game, that we could be sitting at 2-2, possibly easily. But we haven't been able to do that. It's either the offense does well for a game or the defense does well. We haven't been able to blend everything.
Yeah.
And then have special teams be the glue in between that kind of keeps everything together. So there's always a breakdown kind of some week. And if we can never figure out how to do that for 4 quarters, we'll be good. And that's why the guys that are really good at coaches get paid a lot of money to figure that out. So that's what we're doing. We're just trying to get better every day right now. And I keep telling them, if we work hard, the wins are going to come. You know what I mean? But right now we got to do things right off the field and on the field. And the more we start to do that, it'll show eventually. And so that's what we've been telling them, and they've done a good job buying into it. It's just we gotta keep working. There's no overnight success in this thing. You got to keep working. You don't get paid, instantly with a win on Saturday because you worked hard. Tuesday through Friday. It doesn't. You got to do it back-to-back weeks before that'll start to show up. So they're doing a good job with it. And
like you said, there's sparks of positivity there. As I mentioned to you before, longest run from scrimmage, longest pass from scrimmage, longest field goal, longest punt out of any team in the GMAC this year.
Yeah, we've had some big plays, here and there offensively.
Just got to put everything together, like you keep saying.
And the issue is we've given up some big plays defensively then too, though. That's what we don't do a good job meshing together right now and just playing solid football. We can do it for spurts, but then, we'll go on spurts where we're not doing things right, and that's usually when the game gets out of hand then. We can't do that. I mean, it's 7-3, against a 1AA team, 2 minutes ago in the first quarter, everything's okay, and then, we throw a bad pick and they score on it's 14-3, and it's like, okay, the wheels fall off and here we go, instead of just fighting and keep playing, who knows what can happen, we don't do that right now, and so we got to be able to withstand those sudden changes, and when bad things happen, we got to put it behind us and then move on to the next play, and that's hard to do when you're not real good. You have to play perfect all the time, and we haven't been able to do that for long periods of time. And so if we can get better and get more consistent, the wins will happen. So that's what we're working towards. The guys have done a good job. Like I can say, they work hard during the week. They do everything we tell them to do. We don't have any issues on the team and stuff. Have a bunch of kids getting in trouble and skipping class and we don't have to deal with any of that this year. So that's been kind of nice, which is usually one of the things you do deal with in a new program is a lot of off the field issues. You're constantly dealing. We haven't had to do that here. So we have the right guys in the program. And now it's just we got to do it over. You got to get reps at it, and the more reps you get, the better off you're going to be. And sometimes it takes till a year too. Sometimes guys start to figure it out halfway through the first season. You just don't know when that light bulb is going to go off, and they go, okay, I get it now. And so every day I get out of bed, come to work, I'm like, today might be the day. Today could be the day. And so it's kind of how
just
you get through it.
Just hoping to turn the corner, kind of like in a play. You're going off to the sideline, and now you're just looking for that hole to shoot up the field. Yep,
that's what we're doing every day. It's just a process.
Well, hopefully that corner has changed or turned up this Saturday as we host Finley.
Yep, we feel good. We're going to work hard, and then, they're a really good team. They were predicted to come in second in the conference preseason. And they got the team to beat to win the whole thing too. They got the talent to do it, and so. Let's see where we're at. We're going to find out where we stand in conference play here week 1, against one of the better teams. So I think our guys are ready for the challenge. We're back at home, get to play, at the Tom Benson Stadium again, and I'm sure they're going to be fired up to come and play in a nice stadium like that, which I told them, we're going to get that every week when you have a nice stadium. Guys are going to be excited to play there. So should be a good crowd, because I'm sure they'll bring a good crowd too with the new stadium and that, and so we're excited to play a game back at home.
Another good thing about the conference, a lot of close opponents, and plus it'll be a 1 o'clock kickoff, and the weather's been great, so come out, check out the Cavaliers this Saturday at 1 p.m. For Dan Pfeiffer, I'm Logan Smith. This has been Cavaliers Corner. Go Cavs!